What's up, Shashank? How are you? How are you doing?
I think I'm good.
You always start with you think you're good and stuff.
Yes, as
Why
I
you
said
never
before, no
fall
one,
short good?
because I want you to talk random things for a minute because I want to get ready.
Okay, all right. I'll talk about these random things. But before we get into that, you tell me like what's our topic for the day? What are we going to talk
So,
about?
topic is we recently got the news that Surf Excel has reached $1 billion in sales in the past year. So that's what
Mm,
we're going to talk about. How, why, and one more W, something that starts with W.
yeah. Okay. All the WH questions of this.
Yeah, WH questions.
So this is, I think this is HUL's first brand, right, to cross $1 billion and annual revenue.
I'm not sure about that, but Surf Excel is the India's first home care and personal brand to cross $1 billion in annual sales.
Yeah, first
So
Indian home
yeah.
brand and personal care. I'm reading the report as well as we speak. But
Mm.
what are
See,
your
you
thoughts?
are preparing while talking on the podcast. See,
I'm not
people should
like
know
you,
this.
man. You're like pro. You know everything in your head. I have to. I'm like
Yeah, yeah,
normal person. I have to read and prepare.
yeah, yeah.
What can we do?
Make up stories. No one is going to listen.
So tell me,
Anyway,
yeah, you tell me like, what do you think of this and like, what are your thoughts? What are your first thoughts when you heard of this news and like,
bro,
how did this
I
happen?
how did this even happen?
Hmm.
They made good products, sold it to a lot of people, made $1 billion in sales. That's how it happened.
Uh, no, I
So,
heard that it is planning to also, it's projecting that by
mm,
2027, it's going to hit 70,000 crore rupees. They're projecting to
wow.
hit so many dollars, so many in sales. So, which is insane.
So I'm assuming there are that much amount of dirty clothes in the country.
Have you seen our population? You
Yeah.
don't need you will find dirty clothes. Like one person only will wear like what three this thing clothes three items in
Pieces
a
of attire per day.
yeah,
Yeah.
3 pieces of attire per day. So then I mean that minimum. Then if
Mm.
you consider like I mean 1 billion 4 point no recently I heard we have 4.3 billion people in our country. So 4.3 billion.
4.3. Bro, the entire world's population is 8 billion. We are maximum 1.3 or 1.4
No, no,
billion.
no, no. We're more than that. Wait, let me check.
Bro,
India population
what are you talking now?
140.7 crore.
Yeah,
That
crores. If you are telling it in billion, it is not crores.
in
It is
billion.
different.
1 minute. 1.38. Okay, my bad.
That's what I told you. See,
Four. I was
1.3
like,
to
what the fuck?
1.4.
4 billion?
So
That's
50% of world population living in one country. That's all end of story. It's just
We're
Thanos come
already
and
reaching
snap.
the end of story, man. But anyhow,
Yeah.
let's go to the point. So when
Hmm.
you even take 1 billion, man, that's also not a small number. 1 billion
Yes.
into three. That is
Hmm.
3 billion clothes, dirty
Hmm.
fucking clothes every single day. So
Yeah.
imagine,
Remind me to tell the video editor to beep out the stuff. But yeah,
yeah.
once again, building on your topic. So actually, Surf Excel is one of the most prominent brands in the country because see, being a foreign brand, because people may think Surf Excel and HUL are from India. No, they are not. So HUL is from
So Unilever is from Britain, but
hmm,
Hindustan Unilever is a subsidiary of.
that Hindustan Unilever is partly registered in Sri Lanka, partly registered somewhere else. So that is not an Indian brand for people who are wondering. So the original Indian brand that tried to compete with Surf Excel was Nirma,
Hmm.
and for a while they had their fun, but later on
In
Surf Excel
the
said, not
80s,
on my
right?
watch.
In the
Yeah,
80s. And to
80s.
combat that, they launched
Hmm.
they launched Wheel. You remember?
Wheel, yeah, Surf
Yeah,
Excel wheel, yeah.
the lower price product.
Hmm. So we have to mention one more thing here. So Surf Excel is like almost 60 years old in the country,
Dude,
as old
HUL
as our
itself is
independence.
90-year-old. HUL.
What?
HUL itself is 90.
I'm not saying HUL. I'm saying Surf Excel is 6 decades old in India and
Oh,
has like one fifth of the market share. So that is not a small number. So one fifth of the market share is not a small number. And see, talking about strategy and everything, uh, whenever you talk about Surf Excel, this one thing comes to your mind: dirt is good. Karan
mm,
alladu, whatever
Garbage,
language you
yeah.
use here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know Hindi, so I told in the language that I know. So
Yeah.
yeah, so dirt is good. That's what their tagline is, and that worked pretty well. And whatever they did, see, one thing that made Surf Excel the brand is because uh, you take whatever kind of washing machine there is, top
Mm,
load, front load,
mm,
side load, or 360-degree load, whatever type of washing machine there is. Surf Excel made sure they had a product for that.
No,
And
that's what the thing is, like Surf Excel. I'm surprised that Surf Excel came up to this top and like is the one this thing. I mean, it has such a big market share, considering it's a premium product. The price is
yeah.
actually fucking high compared to other this thing with that products, right?
Hmm.
Yet they are like one of the biggest.
Yes. See, there is this pricing strategy a lot of companies use. Like, say, for example, even though their half kg of product is, let's say, $1,000, they make sure there is a product that is for $15 or $10. It doesn't matter about the quantity of the product. It doesn't matter. It just matters that there is a product, the same name, which is about 10 to 15 rupees worth.
I think this started because of Marico. If I'm not wrong, I'm not sure if it's right, but that whole sachet and that the thing that, those products, like even for shampoo to all the everything, they all that started. Yeah, all started from I'm not sure, but I think it's because of Marico. I read this somewhere. And after that, a lot of these brands started to implement. And now you even see Nika also. When I in a previous video also when we were researching, so the Nika also has these trial sachets of all these big brands, even from the biggest brands in the world have like trial sachet kind of thing in Nika that you can try and that you can use for a cheap price also some.
See, that's what everyone wants, right? Because without trying, see, this is not something, like consider Surf Excel as something, like say, for example, if you're buying a 1 kg packet, I don't know how long it will last. Like I'm assuming for at least 1 month, 1 or 2 months. So it's not very small money also. So if you're spending that much to make sure your clothes are looking good, so you have to get trial, you have to make sure that it's properly tested and tried. And what Surf Excel did, one thing was that they made sure they were in every single retail outlet out there. So in 2014, there is a data that said in 2014, they were in 1 million retail outlets. In 2014.
Fuck. Okay.
I think that would have been around like at least 20% of the country's retail outlets at that point of time. I'm not sure about the numbers because I'm just saying. Okay, but yeah, 2014 they had around like 1 million. Like just assume how much they would have had right now. So every country you go, be it a petty box store or a supermarket, they made sure Surf Excel was there everywhere. See, this is what Surf Excel did well. Okay, all the small products and everything, like 15 rupees, 20 rupees packets and all, it was there in all these retail shops. When you go to supermarkets and everything, they made sure it had all these high products, like all this half kg, 1 kg packet at a discounted price. So that's how all of these brands roll right now. And Surf Excel actually nailed all these things. And
also the marketing was so good, right? Like I mean that tag also, like I mean Dag Achhe hai, or like this Tamil also they have that same tag, and even English also dirt is
every
good.
language they have the same tagline but in different words. That's all.
But then the way it's also said, like I mean it's like the ad also when you watch it, it brings emotion, and that's why it like it hit the consumer's mind and everything, right? Yeah.
See, because when you take the dirt and fun away from kids, kids don't like living that life. You can't just walk in a straight line, go to school, just come back without having a drop of ink or mud or soil, and that won't happen. So just embracing that chaos itself made Surf Excel the brand that is right now.
Yeah.
See, I heard stories when I was reading up. I saw a few Twitter threads and everything. So people were telling. So I still remember when my son was back in 4th grade. He came back home with a ink stain on his shirt, and I started yelling at him. And he was like, "Why not use Surf Excel? It will go away, na." So they're telling 4-year-old kids. 4-year-old kids are telling their parents what to do. Use Surf Excel. Sorry, kids studying in 4th grade, not 4-year-olds. Kids studying in 4th grade are telling parents what to do. See, that's the amount of attention. Yeah.
Remember, we spoke about this in one of our podcasts where we said that the best way to target, the best people to target is kids. If you target kids, they'll stay a customer for toothpaste. Exactly, they'll stay a customers for long. And if you see the ads, also it's all very kid centric and this is family centric and everything. So in a way, kids remember your thing, and then like I mean, and when they grow up, they will like, oh yeah, Surf Excel. The brand recollect will be.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yes. See, all Surf Excel did was basically it brought out the emotion that every single parent had, because every single parent or every single maid that knows that their son or the guy they used to work to, they come back with a dirty dress, they'll feel annoyed, and they know Surf Excel is there to save them. See, one thing that, as I mentioned before, we got off topic before I could complete that. Surf Excel had products for all kind of washing. It was not just to machine wash. It was not, see, even if you want to wash in hand also, yeah, bar hand also, they had all these things. So it didn't discriminate between, like the types of washing. It didn't say like this is only for top load washing machine. So right now, how, a lot of companies are there, they only focus on top load washing machine, like saying this is the only premium segment we want only that. No, Surf Excel did not do that. It made sure it brought the premium product to all kind of customers.
More accessible.
More accessible. See, they don't want you to change the way that you are doing stuff. They just wanted to make sure you use the stuff that they have and change the way. That's all. That's all they had in mind. And Surf Excel pretty much nailed it.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I even like their the strategies also. Like, I mean, as you were mentioning, like, I mean, having different types of product and everything. And also like the way they targeted, we even briefly spoke about the way they targeted the, like, all these societal issues, like about parenting issues and everything. And I recently read that, I mean, this thing, that they have this Unilever Clean Future strategy that talks about sustainability and everything, and about 50, and right now, all with this thing, with bottles in the liquid portfolio being made from 50% of recycled plastic. The product designed using 100% biodegradable actives, which is like crazy. Like, I mean, considering all their this thing with the initiatives also, and they are working towards like clean and green this thing with that products. That way is also, I mean, it is good for the environment and it's good for their PR also, right?
So right now, if any company that doesn't do clean and environmentally friendly product, they can't sustain in the market.
Yeah.
So if you're going over a certain, let's say, assume like if you're making more than $1 million in sales like every single year, you have to go all 100% green. You have to do all these things. Even Zomato pledged that by 2030 they'll make sure all their deliveries are 100% green. Like everything will be 100% EV. All these things. So every brand is doing that. And I see one more thing that I wanted to mention is Surf Excel just didn't stop with India. So right now they hit $1 billion sales in just in India. But one more thing that they made sure was that it went to the nearby countries also. It went to Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka. Surf Excel is everywhere in the Asian subcontinent around India. Surf Excel is everywhere. Apparently, Surf Excel has more than 40% of market share in Pakistan.
Wow. I mean, yeah, I've seen a few ads on one of those Instagram pages where they show ads for other companies, and I've seen the comparison of ads in Pakistan versus ad in India. Very similar, but yet like the way they the thing shoot it and everything's so different also, right?
See, talking about their marketing and everything, Surf Excel actually is one of the very few companies that still doesn't go just all out social media. So they still make sure it is there on TV also. They have a good social media presence. They are doing very active content. They are bringing awareness and everything, but their actual sales is happening on TV, on billboards, on the other forms of media that used to be. I can still see paper ads that has Surf Excel's name in it.
Because they know that, like, see, you can, in social media, if you think about it, the percentage tier 2, tier 3 city people are lesser even now compared to this thing was that like compared to tier 1, and tier 1 they've tapped out already. Like now the major potential is tier 2, tier 3, or even tier 4. That level, I mean, they can go deeper, and the way to reach those deep areas, when you don't have network only, what you'll go social media. That's why they're like, you will go
newspapers,
billboards. Yeah. That's what even Maggie and Nestle is also doing. No, at one point they had like such deep connections with distributors in like one hill, like in one mountain in this thing was at I don't know, Kashmir. That like now I don't know how what extent it was. Like I think after that led seen their percentage drop, their distribution dropped a little bit. But at that time they were there. I'm sure these helpful people and all are there from like Zamana, from years. So they'll be there everywhere. Right?
Yeah, so basically that's what Surf Excel did, and it is good to see that even this actually teaches us a very important lesson. It's not just tech that can go to $1 billion valuation, or not just tech companies can do $1 billion in sales. So if you're smart enough, if you have a good product, you can do $1 billion sales in any single area.
Exactly. I mean, like before tech even came up, these retail products were the ones which were the huge people and like making a lot of money. Even now, if you think about it, retail is really ignored these days. They're a very, if you think about it, compared to like if you see D2C startups coming up versus, I mean, like retail D2C startups coming up versus like all these tech startups coming up, you'll see the proportion difference. And it also makes sense. Logistics and distribution. There's so
People
many.
don't want to work basically. Yeah, simple.
Exactly. They want it.
People
They
don't
want
want to
it
work.
easy. Or they'll create videos like us.
Yes, they create videos like you. You are the only one. I have other things to do. I
I
have an
know.
offline D2C
I know
business
you
and
have
all.
like a D2C business. Well, like me.
Yeah,
Okay, fine. I'll take
yeah,
it. Like
like
me.
you.
Yeah.
People who can't do manual labor, people who don't want to get their hands dirty, people who don't want to sweat, people
Okay.
like you, posh people like you.
Oh yeah. Wow. Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
What are your
So
closing thoughts? I don't think this is your closing thought.
so my closing thought is the point before, like, see, it's not just that tech products or tech services can reach $1 billion in sales. It's everywhere. So FMCG, if someone's good enough, you're talented enough, if you come into FMCG, that is actually the place where you can make billions and billions of dollars in money. And one more thing I forgot
You
to
have
add
that.
upon is like Tide actually beats Surf Excel and going out of space. So Tide actually made a partner with NASA and everyone, and made a powder that can be used without water in space to wash at astronauts' clothes.
Wow.
So they are planning to bring that solution to inside the Earth also, so that without water we can wash clothes. So they are planning to do that. I think Surf Excel will also do that.
I
Let's
mean,
see.
that's a good way to go because you know how much water is being wasted.
Yes, water is being wasted.
Yeah. But
That
yes,
is soon going to be an issue.
my
Yes.
my closing thoughts would be like, yeah, FMCG and all is good. Like, I mean, as you mentioned, but then it's very hard to tap into also. So
Yes.
don't just listen to us and go and start an FMCG ban. Proceed with caution. That will be my advice.
Not giving any financial or business advice. Disclaimer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Caution. Disclaimer.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Perfect. On that note, we'll end.
we will end this. It was nice talking to you, and we are available at Grow Your Market on all socials, and Rakshit is available at Rakshit Ravindranathan on LinkedIn, and and I'm available at sashankasan.com, and I also apparently right now have a LinkedIn profile. So
Yes.
yeah, I don't know what to do.
All right. I'll see you in the
Okay.
next podcast.
Next podcast. Yeah. Bye bye.